Hello, it's me trying to flip the camera to go live. That way you can see what we got going on here. Never wants to go to the right button when you want it to. There we go. So we're going to be painting the cockpits here of three P-51 Mustangs, a D and a B. Two are 148th and one is 132nd. So we're going to start here. We got our little, going to do some interior black first because that's usually like a base. I've got everything. This is the Revell model right here. I'm just using some Tamiya color. I'll just lightly get all this paint on there. We'll see how this brush works. It's got some coating on there, so it's kind of a stiff. I don't know, maybe if I could wash it off, it might work a little bit better, but it's not really holding paint very well. That's okay. We'll make it work. Going to look a little rough, but it's a cockpit, and it's a gloss color. Should not be gloss, but we can fix that in the end, and because that's all I've got. So just going to sit here and paint all this good stuff. Each cockpit, do little things for a half hour here. You can watch, see how it all goes. Got all these little controls, all sorts of stuff going on. Little dry brushing right there, and then some of these right here. See if we can't get a little bit on the top. Doesn't really if it looks a little rough or not, because basically it'll be like weathering. And I've seen even the real ones, they might be painted black, but they've got a little bit of green going on underneath them. So model making madness as usual. Just dab the paint on there. I got a little too much on there. That's okay. And the easy part is if you do get too much on, you don't coat it. You just dab it. There we go. Just like that. You know what this thing could use? Could use a friend. That's right. Nice little friend. Good thing we've got a friend. And that friend is right here. Same P-51, just a little bit different. This is the cockpit of the Airfix kit. Mainly your instrument panels will go black, and then you can do the highlights on there with like reds, greens, blues. Dry brush, we're going to put a little part in there. Then after this, we're going to go have some pizza and go to work. Because work is fun. Because I don't feel like leaving at 3 a.m. to get to a job at 4:30 to be ready in the morning. It's never fun. So sometimes you have to make a little sacrifices. Don't forget these little knobs right here. They're hard to get to. Just a little bit of paint. Just a little bit. There you go. Kind of get this sides. You can do it. Do it all night long. Then you could do stuff like add a little bit of dirt in there later on if you choose. Got a little shaky hand. Maybe one day that'll go away. Maybe. We'll see. Let's see here. Just get down in here. Just like that. A little bit more. There we go. Perfect. It's got a little bit of depth to that. I like that. How do you like it? Got a button there. There we go. Oh my. Anybody chatting right now? Live chat. Hello, Mr. Ultimate Bucko. How are you? And then one more P-51 B 1/32. A little bit bigger scale. Got all our panels kind of into the plane. Just like so. Oops, got a little boo-boo there. No big deal. We'll make it work. This little guy right here. Painting him, fairly easy. I just got back from my walk. I was playing Pokemon Go, if anybody plays that, running my little daily incense. And I had a chance to catch 2 Galarian mall traces. Both of them ran away on me, both using Ultra Balls and berries. And ironically, a Galarian Articuno. I have now seen all 3. So here we have got a control stick from the 1/32. Paint that black. They all got away. I couldn't believe it. I was kind of shocked. It is what it is, but that's the stuff that happens, right? All is well. All fun and no play make me a dull boy. There we go. Look at that. Put a little bit over here. Just, kind of dizzy it up a bit. Let's see. Just like that. Here we go. Make it look worn. So we've also got our chairs. Let's see here, instrument panels. This could be a little bit better black right here. Coat that. Got a little bit of overspray on it. I don't know how much of this is going to be seen. This is the Airfix version right here. Got a little too dry. That's all right. Now you just kind of coat it like so. It'll look good anyway. Look at that. Makes it look a little bit weathered, with the mix match paint in there. And then we've got this little area right here. See how well we can get this. Not too bad. That goes black inside of that. Model making madness. Perfecto. Ugh. There we go. Like it. We'll do the same thing on this. Light touches the tip of the brush. For our control stick. So the Airfix one, we'll say that is done right there. And of course, got this one right here. This is the Revell 1/48. Probably not going to see a lot of this once it's all said and done. That's okay. Ironically, it's the only one that's actually goes indented like it should be. And all the other kits do not. Paint that. Just like so. I like that. We're going to do the wood floor too. Make that out of wood. Nice wood grain. Yes, I will build a helicopter. I don't know if I have one or not. I thought I possibly bought one, but I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's see if we got that Huey that they make. I thought I possibly bought it, but I don't know. I don't see it. I know I did the tank. Oh well. I mean, if it's here, it's somewhere. I have the Ilari plane, the Osprey. I'll get the helicopter eventually. Do that one because I'm sure it's fun to do. What do we got here? These boxes. Let's see here. 172nd, 148th right here. So we'll paint these boxes. I imagine they got to get painted black. If not, call me nuts. And what else would they do, right? You got a little canister right here. I'm sure that does something, goes a certain color. Not too worried about neatness. I know some people do, but parts that aren't really seen. I used to be down with the I know it'll be there concept, but you're just wasting time, even though you know it'll be there. Presentation is about what the outside looks like and what people see, not about what you know is there. Otherwise, movie modelers would make everything look perfect because they know it was there. And sometimes they do surprise you and put things in that you don't know it's there because it's not going to be picked up on film, but it's their little fun tricks. But most of the time, they're not wasting their time doing that. So I'm not either. If I want to do it for fun, yeah. But if I'm hanging it from the ceiling and no one's going to see it, you don't really need to waste your time unless you're just trying to learn some extra things. If you're really experienced and know you can do it, kind of pointless. Here we go. Cleaning these brushes did help. I mean, they're staying together fairly well. The tips are a little goofy, but not too bad. I mean, you could tell how well they're staying together. I guess a clean brush is a happy brush. Any tool you use, a clean tool is always a happy tool. And if you want happy feet, buy new shoes. That's what I do. Or socks. New socks equals happy feet because they're cushiony. But that cushion doesn't really last but for a couple of weeks. And I'm not spending money on new socks every couple of weeks. There we go. Those will dry nicely. So we got those. Now, of course, if you do one side, you got to do the other side. So we are going to, hello, Mr. Models, the Walker Bulldog. What is the Walker Bulldog? I don't know what that one is. I don't remember doing the Walker Bulldog. I'm sure it's got another name, and you're probably right. I probably did do one. I just don't know what it is. Trying to go over everything here. All these little instrument panels. This is the Revell model. You could tell because everything is pretty much in the panels. So, I mean, for a good comparison of the difference between a Revell and other kits, and this is Revell. That kind of is a little bit better for the 1/32nd, but you got this one. These panels are actually popped out as opposed to this where they're in the plane. So, you're not going to get as good of an effect as you want. Oh, yeah, look at that, right? Like that. Don't worry if you make a mistake. You can hide that with a little silver paint and call it weathering. That's probably not even going to be shown right there. Oh, boy. Oh, my. And here we go. Airfix. Next part. Now, this one, I believe, has a tube that you have to put on. That's why you got that little hole right there. I am not going to paint those bars. Those are probably just part of the aircraft itself. This will get painted, and then we could put a little bit of a red touch up on that because it's a knobby. I imagine it'll go red. If not, well, my bad. If I say things funny sometimes, it's because I know people who've been around in my life and they talk like that, and it has influenced me, so it pops up every now and then. One of my good friends, BJ. BJ's in Florida. Hi, BJ. If he ever watches my videos, which I doubt it, that's BJ for you. He does something, my bad. We love BJ to death. He reminds me of Beavis from Beavis and Butthead. You tell BJ not to walk somewhere. Next thing you know, BJ walks somewhere anyway, and he falls through a ceiling about 3 feet. Drywall comes falling down. There would be a contractor below him, and we're like, BJ, didn't we say not to do that? My bad. So yeah, that's BJ. BJ's pretty cool though. He loved drinking Mountain Dew. And so BJ sometimes would come to work. He'd go inside the store because we'd go, this is in construction. And BJ would go inside the store. He'd be the first one in and the last one out. What's he walk out with? Just a Mountain Dew, a big one. One time, BJ had his Mountain Dew. He set it on the grating of a truck. Toolbox, you could say the lid of the toolbox was open up. They opened up from the side. And he grabbed a floor scraper because it's drywall texture, and we use it to get the drywall texture off of the floors after it's sprayed. And BJ said, I'm going to take my Mountain Dew and go. Well, the next thing you know, BJ forgot that there was a freshly planted tree behind them. When they put a freshly planted tree down, they hold it up with some rope on each side. So 4 sides have rope on them. So after BJ said, take my Mountain Dew and go, he trips over this. Next thing you know, Mountain Dew goes flying one way, floor scraper goes flying another. BJ pretends he's Superman, does a Superman pose in midair by nothing his fault. And next thing you know, BJ does a face plant right into the ground, face first. That's our BJ. Does that often. One time, I went to pick BJ up for work. This is when he was an employee of mine. When I had my business, he came outside at 5:30. He's like, I can't work today. I'm like, why can't you work, BJ? And BJ has this laugh to him when he knows he's messed up, and it goes like this. So you ask him again, BJ, why can't you work? And then BJ will do it again. And BJ's like, I fell in a hole. At this point, you're thinking, what do you mean you fell in a hole, BJ? And he's like, I fell in a hole. I'm like, so let me get this right. You were out. What time did you go to bed, BJ? He gives you a laugh because he knows he's not going to like that answer. He's like, 4. I'm like, so at 4 a.m.? He's like, yeah. So you were out at 4 a.m. knowing that you've got to be at work at, we'll say like 2 a.m. or 6 a.m. and you're just now going to bed. Go back inside, BJ. Go back inside. I'm sure BJ was fine. He just wanted to play video games. Because he had a game called Dune. BJ would play Dune. By the way, we're painting the floor right now. I'm going to paint the floor of this thing. Let me clean off my brush. Or at least attempt to. Oh, what did that say? I missed it. Let's see if I could go back to it. I wish the chat would stay up for me because I don't always pay attention to it. Airplanes once in a while, tank. Yeah, tanks. Really want to do a truck. Yeah, these are cool stories. You'd have to know BJ though. What type of kits do I prefer to build? Yeah, it was the Tamiya tank. I did that tank. So far I've only done model airplanes. The Star Wars models. That's what I build for now. But I'm going to branch out, start doing different stuff because there's all sorts of models out there besides planes. But People love watching people build planes. They like more of the World War II stuff, it seems like, because, those are just classics. Can you blame them? I can't at all. Um, yeah, they're kind of funny stories, but yeah, I'm gonna branch out and do other stuff. I've got a ghost of the General Lee here, and I mean, they got all sorts of stuff you could do. Good thing things at the old Hobby Lobby are cheap. Just get whatever you want for like 40% off, buy a whole slew of them. But the thing is, you ever see people that have a whole bunch of models in their stash, as they call it? They keep buying models and models and models. Hey, if you want to spend your money on models to have them sit there and do absolutely nothing, be my guest, because you're not going to build them, especially if you've had your models for, say, like 30 years. And some people have those models just sitting there. You're not going to build it. Just there's no sense in buying them just to have it. You're just stockpiling stuff. I've got some that I want to build that I haven't, that are really old, like a 1/32 F-14 back in the day. It's an old Rebel kit. I'm looking forward to that one. All right, so we're going to do some wood flooring here, or at least attempt it. I'm not that good with wood floors, but hey, better learn somehow. This is look at the kind of like I don't know, what is this? It'll look kind of dirty, so it'll help. Khaki, using my khaki color right here. Forgot where I was. Just put this on there, light coat. They already got a grain in them, so I don't have to create any of that. Probably should have painted the inside of that black, but cool world. I'll get it another day. It's not like I'm putting these together now. You'll just see me doing some painting because I got to go to work later on and eat some pizza. I'll be headed out here pretty soon. Got to go drill a hole in the ground. But yeah, so this one time, BJ came out to pick him up again. He's like, I can't work today. And I said, why not, BJ? And then, he gives that same old laugh again. And it's 6 in the morning. You got work to do. You don't feel like hearing. And you just look at BJ. Why can't you work? What's BJ do? Laughs again. You really want to smack him some days of the week. Don't worry, BJ. I love you. And he's like, I can't work. I'm like, why? I spilt tea on my pants. Keep in mind, we're in construction. And the job we do, you get wet. BJ was infamous for taking showers with the water hose at the end of the day. Yeah, no joke. I mean, the only thing he was missing was soap. And if he had soap, he'd spend 20 hours there just getting all the texture off of him, because BJ didn't care. He'd get sloppy and dirty no matter what, because he would just stand by the spray gun and not care and pull the hose and get sprayed. Well, thank you, BJ. We appreciate it. So I said, let me get this right, BJ. You can come to work, get sprayed in texture all day long, take a bath for 20 minutes at the water hose, and then sit in the truck, wet as can be from water, and you're fine. But you can't come to work today because you spilt tea on your pants. I just look at him. BJ does the laugh. Go back inside, BJ. So BJ went back inside. I think BJ got fired 15 zillion times. You could pay BJ $20 an hour and BJ would still be BJ. That's just what he does. I had a friend recently that BJ was working for, and I know these stories because I still keep in contact with these people. He left BJ, had a job to do something. Keep in mind, BJ's like 45 years old now, way older than me. And the friend had a fit because he went to go pick up BJ, and he couldn't see him anywhere. He was like nowhere to be found on the job. My friend thought on his life, I know y'all are going to laugh at this, that BJ got eaten by an alligator and wandered down to the lake that they were by and got eaten by an alligator. He couldn't find him. BJ would do stuff like this. Couldn't find him. Alarm 7:55. So yeah, needless to say, BJ didn't get eaten by an alligator. He just decided because he was finished, decided to walk home because he couldn't get a hold of anybody. Probably walked like 10 miles from wherever he was down probably 441 if I know BJ. That's Orange Blossom Trail. Walked by the Parliament House, Cayley Avenue, if that's where he was at that time. Just does BJ stuff. I don't know. We'll see how this works. A little bit of light brown in here. I don't know. We're just going with the flow, seeing what'll work. We'll dry brush some of this stuff onto there. Okay. So yeah, I mean BJ stories are always fun to tell, but when I tell people I'm going to tell a BJ story, they kind of I get a weird look. As you can imagine, most people would get a weird look if you say, "Hey, you want to hear a BJ story?" And they don't know what BJ actually is. It's just my friend BJ. 5,000 unbuilt. Geez. Eh, that certainly is a lot of kits to have 5,000, but you get my point. 5,000, yeah, that's a lot. Let's see here. Hold on, I'm gonna find a different paintbrush here. Something. I saw a guy use a toothbrush. I'd be right back. I got an idea. Took this. We'll see how well this works. I don't know if this is going to work at all, but why not, right? Oh, bumblebee tuna. Bumblebee tuna. What's this? Is this clean? Cool. Doo, doo, doo. Here we go. Improvise. You don't need a lot of stuff. There we go. Put some of that right there. There. Got a little bit right there. Take this. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. We'll see. I don't even know if it's doing. It's doing a little something. It's getting in there. Not a lot, but well, I like it. You could tell it's doing something. Barely. That's the trick. I mean, it's going away pretty quickly, though, too. That's all right. I don't need a lot of this stuff. Yeah. It looks kind of like wood, right? That's the point. It's subtle. Awesome sauce. Cool. Where's the other ones? Here we go. More ass. Take your brush. Who'd have thought I'd be using a toothbrush to build a model, but I am, so I like it. It's working great. Sorry my fingers are getting in the way, but you know how that goes. Whatever that paper is, it also sucks the life out of the acrylic and the paint. But it's turning out good. I'm happy. And then this thing, I just dump that in something. It'll clean out nicely. Following along here. Just using a little bit of paintbrush. Sorry, toothbrush. Getting some of that on there. I wish it didn't dry so fast, but it does. So it's a cool world. That's all right. gets on there and it just works its way in. Like that. Okay. Perfecto. We'll do one more color. Oh boy. I don't know what kind of color I should do next. What is that? I think flat earth will work. So what I use khaki brown and flat earth. Now, some people use oils on this. You can just use this. It'll be fine. It doesn't have to be perfection. It's just a model. Here, flip this over like that. And this is, it's a little bit of a dark color. That's okay. There we go. Subtle. I'm happy. You're happy. We'll do the 1/32. Put a lot more on there. Fortunately, it does dry really quickly. That's okay. So make you want to put toothpaste on this thing and just go to town on your teeth, because that's what I want to do. This one time, BJ told a guy named Rick to be outside and I would give him a job. Well, as luck would have it, Rick was outside waiting. Guess who was not outside waiting the next day? BJ. Now, Rick, he claimed to be the king of the labor pool. Yeah, is what it is. Anyway, I think, did we get these all? That's all we're going to do for today. Just paint those black. I got stuff to do, made a little bit of progress. Thanks for watching, everybody, model making madness. Always until next time. See ya.